everybody, I'm Brian Julius. I'm the Chief Content Officer for Enterprise DNA, and I'm here with an esteemed panel of judges today for our judging of Enterprise DNA Challenge number 21. This was the one focused on the Enterprise DNA YouTube data. And so with me today, I have Mudassir Ali, who is a three-time winner of our Enterprise DNA Challenge and also our head of special projects for Enterprise DNA. Gustaw Dudek, another multi-time winner and the current top-ranked report developer on the Novi Pro site, and Solar Zhu, who is one of our ambassadors for the challenge and has done a great job promoting this challenge in this community. So thank you all today for being here.
Thank you very much, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
So what we're going to do is we've got five awards to give out today. We've got a member award, non-member, newcomer, a mobile design, and an overall. And so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go around the horn and have each of the judge. We've talked extensively about our nominees in all these categories, and we'll talk about kind of what were the key factors in the ones that we singled out, and in particular the ones that won. I do want to say first off, this was an incredible response. We got 75 reports in on this. These are not easy challenges. When you have to create a full report with analysis, navigation, visualization, kind of the full product, that's a lot of work and a lot of time. And so 75 in a relatively short challenge is a great response. And I really wanted to highlight the fact that even if your name doesn't get highlighted in our discussion, that doesn't mean your report wasn't excellent. There were a lot of really good reports that I think in the real world, if you were to deliver to a client, would be excellent products. And it just kind of speaks to the quality of the field and the quality of the submissions we're getting, that there are some really terrific reports that we're not going to talk about today, but really would encourage you to look at on the showcase site when we get those posted soon after. The other thing I wanted to just highlight briefly is this was an exploratory data challenge, and we really have two kinds of challenges. There are kind of defined brief challenges where you've got specific questions to answer, and exploratory challenges. And in some sense, I think the exploratory challenges are more difficult because you're not bound by specific questions. You're just really being told to tell us something really interesting about the data that we might not know. And I will tell you that in the responses we got for the ones that we're going to talk about today, Sam and I actually had a long talk last night, and he's actually already beginning to use some of the analyses and recommendations and findings from these top reports in looking at how we analyze and run our YouTube channel. So kudos on that. And so at this point, what I want to do is just turn it over to the judges. And I think we'll start with Gustaw and our member nominees.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so within the member category, we selected 5 specific reports, and amongst them was the report made by Rachel Mosbey, Francis Follermy, Matthew Brown, Jackie Taiwani, and Michelle and Abdul as team. And
one thing to note is Wishal is a newcomer to the challenge, but Abu is a well-established expert and a previous winner, and so we did not consider that entry as eligible, but we wanted to highlight it as being a really excellent submission.
So now we can go through the Rachel Mosbey report, which from our perspective was one of the best reports recently made in general, and it was selected as the best report within the member category. And obviously it's a phenomenal report with many great techniques that has been used by Rachel, and there is many features and small things that are implemented into the report. And what I personally very like about the report is the structure. And of course, it's imitate the look of the YouTube platform, and it's the very visually appealing feature of the report. However, the structure itself is also very, very amazing, actually. So first of all, I would like to highlight the upper section, which can show you the KPI cards. And this is a very nice feature, which is here. And you can see the numbers for the current actuals, the previous year, and the comparisons. And it gives you the overall look of how the figures look like. Then you have the timelines charts with the very cool feature, which enables you to switch the x-axis and y-axis dynamically. So, for example, you can easily switch one overview of the data from here, for example, to north perspective, and that's why you can analyze the data in a different perspective. What's more, you can dynamically change the parameters, the metrics that you would like to analyze, so you can go through the different aspects of the YouTube analysis, for example, by switching to the shares. So it's a very nice combination of using the typical line charts with a couple of dynamic features that expand your possibilities of analysis. Then we have another two well-done charts in the bottom area of the report. And the cool thing here is another dynamic text, which are changed after you interact with the report, and they give you additional dynamic information about some specific metrics. And it's very well designed, very well featured. Also, a very cool thing is the icons, which gives you a nice impression of using the YouTube features here. Another thing that I would like to point out is the very well-designed navigation, which gives you a very good feeling as an end user, the user experience. For example, now you can analyze the home report page. However, you can easily switch to the video streaming or the video analysis, and it's a nice highlight of that particular button as you hover over. And now you can see that we are on a different page, which is very well designed. You can see the top videos by some specific metrics. You can also have the possibility to click on a specific icon, a specific image, and you can go directly to the YouTube website and check and know more about specific video. So it's a cool feature with additional design techniques that looks very, very attractive. Then you can go to the view analysis, and there is some kind of unique use of the shape map with the custom shaping, which requires some additional effort. So it's the great use of map with additional dynamic text. So that's also a nice addition with some specific additional charts. So basically, the design is phenomenal in this report, and the other hand, the analysis is very good as well. So it's a very holistic report, very nice looking. I think it's one of the best I recently seen in the internet.
Thanks, Gustaw. Yeah, I totally agree. I think this is a brilliant job, and just the way he's mimicked the look of the YouTube site, I think is really, really creative, and it makes it immediately familiar. There's no question of how to navigate this site and how to draw insight out of it. So thanks very much for that analysis. Want to move now to Solar for the non-member category.
Oh, hello everyone. So it's very hard to find what's the winner for the non-member. There are so many kind of good reports this time. So I just voted three nominees. One is the Gannon Smith, and another is the Accuracy, and there's Monica the species. It's very hard to pronounce. Sorry about that. Yeah. So then we can just go through for the Gannon Smith's report very quick. Yeah, so this is the report I really like. So at first, when we first look of this report, is a very clean design. So you can see the main topic is here. So they used some kind of very traditional design for here is a navigation bar. It's like a little bit very traditional, but it's very easy for people to navigate. Also on the bottom. So each of these. Then when you go to here, so they have another kind of the layer. So this is what I really like. So give the users some kind of the steps to go in to find the insights. It's not one time give you all the information. So on each of here, so they also have different kind of the navigation bar. You can go back to each of the page you want. For here is very clear. They use also kind of the KPIs here. So the KPI is not only the numbers they want to show you, they also have the spark line chart on the back, and a little bit the standard back of the numbers. But the number is in front of the first layer. So it's very clear to see everything. Also use some kind of the coloring formatting to give the people the indicator to know what's going on for this kind of numbers. Then for like they have different kind of the segments from the year to date, quarter, and the year. So for here, I just feel a little bit improvement we might be able to make in the future. So for here, this kind of the chart here is not very easy to read because the space is very limited for here. So this is something we can learn from here. So we can go back to this kind of homepage. Another good feature is he also included the mobile version in here, but he doesn't want to let this stand out. So he used the grayed out the color here. But if you click here, you can see all this kind of the mobile view. So this is very nice. So each of the page he designed the spatial like the design to fit the UI face to the mobile device. So for all this kind of the different kind of the navigation, so we can quickly review all this. Some of this is they have different kind of style, but the report creator really keeps the color consistency, this kind of the design consistency, the everything is seated in the same kind of the logic and the behavior. So this is very good for us to follow the principle and follow what the report can deliver to us. So for here, he used the different kind of features. So something is not very complicated, but is very handy, is very straightforward. So I really recommend for us to practice this during our reporting development process. So nothing is fancy, also kind of the native visuals from the Power BI, but very easy to adopt. For here, so everything is very clear. For the title, they use this kind of the different color, the white color, then give us the highlight. You easily can see it. The meantime, some kind of the insights just come with this kind of title, give you the direct understanding of what we want to deliver and what kind of the insights we get from here. Yeah, so lots of kind of the KPIs and the chart, the views also keep the consistency. So for this kind of report, we really stands out. The consistency is the key. So the users come to your report always follow what you want to tell us, what you can understand time by time. You will never lose your attention always. So the location page, so there is one thing I want to address. So for this page, so the color just a little bit misleads the users, but I don't know if this some kind of the issue comes from some kind of the visuals or is very hard to design here. But for this page, everything is just a little bit out of the whole report system because he uses the different color. I think if we can use like the gradient of this kind of the same like the main color from he chooses should be better for the users. Yeah, I think we can learn a lot from this, from the design and the inside the delivery part. I really enjoyed to learn lots of stuff from this report. Thanks.
Thanks, Solar. And I think you're absolutely right. This one has just kind of everything to it in terms of, really outstanding design. The mobile I thought was excellent. And, the depth of insight in this one was really good. And particularly some of the creativity in the insight. I was actually on the phone with Sam Mackay last night, and he was talking specifically about this report. And in particular, the creativity of the keyword analysis in the titles, and said, that's something he definitely wants to dig more into in terms of how we title, videos based on that analysis. So, I think it's a really great example of, kind of the real world nature of these challenges, and the fact that you deliver an insight, and that insight is actually having real world implications in how we run our business. So kudos to Galen on that one. Really, really exceptional report. So now I want to turn it to Mudassir and our newcomer winner on this one.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Our newcomer winner in this category, before announcing the newcomer winner, I would like to say that what this person has done, which was missing in almost all the reports, was like data storytelling techniques, right? So in most of the reports I saw, and you must have seen too, right? It seemed like they tried to present everything. That happens when you don't have requirements for reports, right? So you go all in and you try to present as much as possible, and it happens when you don't have requirements. But what this winner has done, he has specified the specific element he wanted to highlight or a specific issue, and he tackled that issue across whole report, right? And even in our day-to-day life, when we create report, we find it difficult to highlight a specific issue, and that's the most important problem that we developers have been facing. So it's really good to make a tunnel vision of your problem and then highlight that issue first. And then if management asks more questions, then you can expand on it and elaborate further, rather than including each and everything in your report. It becomes what I say is it looks like a SQL database rather than a report or a dashboard. So now I can share my screen. Okay, so the winner is Matthew Brown in this category. And the first page is very good. The landing page, I like the landing page, is clean and clear. And to further dig into the analysis, you can see that on the first page, he has provided the summarized version of the issues or some key analysis, which is what management needs to see in the first place before diving into detailed analysis. So this is what I like the most about this report. And if we go to the next page, I don't think we have a bookmark in here to go to next page. We have to click on this icon to go to the next page. Over here, it's still he is targeting video duration and viewing trends. Whatever he has highlighted in the first page or in the summary view or summary page, he has been targeting that issue in here. More could have been done in this report, but whatever the analysis he has presented, I think if I were the part of management, I would want to look at this report daily. Just spend 2 to 3 minutes, and that's it. I don't think that I have anything else to add. There are few parameters missing, then some filters are also missing, but it's okay because the route he has taken is different, and it really works in this case, to be honest.
Yeah, Mudassir, I agree with you. This one really stood out to me just from the standpoint of simplicity, storytelling, and I think, as you said, kind of the restraint in terms of good use of white space here. I think a lot of the reports we saw, and this happens a lot, as you say, in exploratory analyses, that people crowd as much onto a page as they can. Kind of the more is better philosophy. And I think in this case, he really took the less is more approach in terms of narrowing the story, narrowing the visuals, and this one really struck me as valuable as well, in terms of that that particular insight that he drew out of this in terms of views. So now I'll jump in on the mobile, and we had two. We already talked about kind of the excellence of Galen's mobile design. There were two others that we really wanted to recognize: Veronica Ides and Parag Zode, and we selected Veronica's, and there really was, I think, on this one just an excellent depth of analysis. And let me get to. So I wanted to dive in briefly on Veronica's. We talked about a number of elements of the mobile reports before, but I think the thing that really stood out to us on this one was the design is really striking and well suited to mobile. But really, the depth of analysis on this one for a compact report is exceptional. It draws out, I think, excellent use of text in drawing out warnings, insights, and conclusions. And I think there were some really unique insights drawn in this one. That she highlighted the importance of dislikes and the relationship to unsubscribes in that. And if we go down here, I think really the use of the scatter charts and showing some of these unique relationships. Unfortunately, there's a good visual here that did not publish out because of the publish to web limitations, but she does a nice job calling out the insights specifically, and then excellent use in terms of supporting the conclusions of the scatter charts in showing the subscribers gain and decomposition chart. So I think excellent choice of visuals here, really nice design, use of color, excellent use of text, and just overall a very, very solid report. So shout out to Veronica on that one. Well done. So at this point, wanted to just kick it back to the panel and see if there were any other key points that people wanted to raise about any of the winning reports or the nominated reports or just reports in general through that they reviewed through the competition.
Just to mention one point about Veronica's report, you can see that it is a scrollable report, right? So most of the times we can see that people don't do justice with scrollable reports, and they turned out to be really, really bad in the end. But this one was really, really thought of report.
Yeah, it's a difficult design to pull off, but I think
Exactly.
She definitely did.
Yeah. And I think there was one newcomer in non-member category that we missed. It's Ankur Singh, right?
I think.
I mentioned that one. Yeah, so yes, that is a good one. So yeah, so I think for the Veronica and some of the report we have seen for the today. So lots of report is not using some kind of very communicated like the techniques. Mm-hmm. So that is something we need to keep in mind. You don't want to learn some kind of customer visual, the articulator, the deliver all this. You don't need to do so. So I think the Gustaw also showed us lots of kind of poster. So lots of kind of native visuals. We just need to have deep understanding of it. You can do a lot. And sometimes we don't want to distract by some of others report too much. Mm-hmm. We need to steal the ideas of the report. It seems like the overall winner of the report is the Weber UI design. So that one. So you can use some kind of graphic design, some kind of the graphic post anywhere, the newspaper, all this kind of layout and design you can transform to our report design process. So that's the key. So it's not like the copy is a copy, but we want to steal the idea, then we just use our own knowledge to adapt it. That's I learned a lot from this time. The reports, everyone have their unique style. So it's not you have seen before, but they also use some kind of very simple techniques to deliver the insights. Very, very, very good insights.
Gustav, any last thoughts?
I think that each of discussed report was very high quality. So big congrats for this report discussed, but to anyone who participated in this particular challenge.
Great. Well, thank you all three. I know everybody put a lot of thought and time into the judging. Want to congratulate all our winners, all the runners up, and really everybody who participated in the challenge. That I think if you are participating and really putting in effort and working on improving your skills, you're winning regardless of what gets highlighted and selected. I always feel that I come out of these challenges more skilled and more knowledgeable than when I went in, and that's really what it's all about. So we've got the new one coming out. Challenge 22 will be coming out later this week. It's going to be focused on hotel management and revenue, and again another real world actual data challenge. And so Federico will be back with the details on that one. So hopefully we will continue to grow and continue to see great participation. So thanks to everybody for playing, and thank you to the panel today.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.